Hi, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am so excited to share with you my day trip to Sintra. Sintra is easily one of the most beautiful places I've visited, and it's only a quick 40 to 50 minute train ride from Lisbon. It's a very popular place to visit, and I visited on Easter Day, so I was worried about crowds, but I had a wonderful time. In Sintra, there are many beautiful palaces, castles, and museums to explore, so much that you can't even cover it all in one day. In fact, the entire town of Sintra is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. I chose to focus on two major locations and plan to return in the future to explore other places. My first stop was to the most popular destination in Sintra, the Pena Palace and Gardens. If you've seen photos of Sintra, you'll probably recognize this iconic yellow and red castle overlooking the town below. It's recommended to get to the castle first thing in the morning, so I took an early train and then took a tuk-tuk up the mountain to the top. There are many options to get to the top, including walking, a bus, Uber, or a tuk-tuk. I originally was going to go for an Uber, but overheard a couple talking with a tuk-tuk driver for a ride. They needed one more person to go, so I chimed in and said I would do it. I split the cost of the couple, so my portion was €10, including tip, so not terrible price-wise. I arrived at the main entrance a few minutes before 9 a.m. I had already pre-purchased my ticket online, so I was able to scan in and get inside quickly. There are two different ticket options. One allows you to explore the exterior of the castle and also gives you access to walk around the gardens. The second option gives you the same access as well as being able to go inside and explore the castle. I opted for the first option since I didn't have a burning desire to go inside, and I was very satisfied with my decision. When I arrived at 9 a.m., I took advantage of the lower crowds to snap a few photos before exploring the castle walls and exteriors. The castle started in the Middle Ages when the chapel was built at the top of the mountain dedicated to Our Lady of Pena. In 1493, King John II made a pilgrimage to the site, and for centuries Pena was a place for meditation and was a monastery. It sustained damage during the Lisbon earthquake of 1755 and was left in ruins until 1838 when Ferdinand II acquired the area and built a summer residence for the Portuguese royal family. Construction was completed in 1847. The castle has a mixture of Neo-Gothic, Neo-Mandolin, Neo-Islamic, and Neo-Renaissance styles. The castle is known for its brightly colored facades that almost feel a bit Disney-like, but it is what makes Pena Palace all the more iconic. After exploring the castle, I walked down to the Pena Park, which surrounds the Pena Palace. It spreads over 200 hectares and is a very beautiful place to walk and take in nature. So I'm in the gardens, kind of around the palace, or there's the palace gardens, and it's beautiful. Honestly, I know you could pay more to go inside the palace and see, but I just did the ticket where you can view the exterior and then the gardens, and I think that's worth it. I feel like you could, if you wanted to, you could easily walk these gardens for like a couple hours. And they're just so pretty. And when you're not around people, it's very peaceful. The gardens are vast and have many points of interest, including the High Cross. The climb to the top is really fun, but if I'm being 100% honest, the views aren't that great. The views from the castle are much better, so if you're short on time, you can skip this climb if needed. Okay, so I just did the High Cross. I've been to the Palace of Pena. I think I did that. So I'm going to go to these 3 places now, the stables, the greenhouses, and the chalet. And we got to go that way. Look at that. So pretty. Probably one of the best views I've seen. We're just all alone here, although I can hear people. So let's go. Unfortunately, there are no horses here today. But they have cute little name tags. And those people followed me. I was hoping they wouldn't. It's a cute little stable. The gardens have a taste of romanticism, with various and diverse species of plants and trees planted on its grounds, including the North American sequoia, Chinese ginkgo, and a wide variety of ferns from Australia and New Zealand. There's also a stable with horses, which unfortunately weren't around on the day I visited, a beautiful greenhouse with beautiful plants and flowers, and other various buildings scattered across the property. Honestly, I could have easily spent all day walking around the gardens. It was so peaceful, and I only saw a handful of people. However, I wanted to visit one other place in Sintra, so I decided to head out. However, the gates at the bottom of the park, which are normally open, were closed due to a partial workers' strike. We were supposed to go back to the top of the castle and then walk down. However, I decided to break the rules a little and hop the wall so I didn't have to double back. I don't necessarily recommend this, but it did save me a significant amount of time and walking. So they're on strike right now, and for good reason, but the gate here is closed and the gate up there is closed. So we just had to hop the wall down there. It's a little shorter to get onto the road here to walk to the next place, because I wasn't going to go all the way back up to the palace. So yeah, a little illegal, but I really didn't want to walk all the way back up to the palace of Pena and then walk. This is much more direct, so don't tell anyone. Don't think I'd walk that in the morning or night. It's a little sketchy, but it's not like too bad. Definitely save time. And I didn't have to fear getting hit by a bus or a tuk-tuk or a car. After walking down the mountain, I arrived at the Quinta da Regaleira, nicknamed the Palace of Montero the Millionaire. The estate was once owned by Antonio Augusto Cavallero Montero. The property consists of a palace designed by the Italian architect Luigi Mannini, a chapel and gardens that features lakes, wells, grottos, and more. It is an absolutely beautiful estate that can take up much of the afternoon to explore, so plan accordingly. Tickets are €10 for adults and can be purchased online or at the ticket office. The land that houses the estate has had many owners over the years, but it wasn't until Montero acquired the land where he recreated the estate. It wasn't until June of 1998 where the property was finally open to the public for events and visits. The palace contains 5 floors decorated in lush adornments. It's definitely worth taking a look at, and maybe you'll even be lucky and have a live pianist play beautiful music while you walk around. The park and gardens are lined with roads and footpaths to explore. There are many sites to explore, including a system of tunnels and underground caves and grottos. They are very cool to see, but make sure you watch your step because it can be dark and slippery. Probably the most notable sight to see in the gardens are the initiation wells. You may need to queue up to visit, but trust me, it is worth the wait. These wells never served as a water source, but are instead believed to have been used for ceremonial purposes and initiation rites. The larger well contains a 27-meter spiral staircase with a few landings. The spacing of these landings are linked to tarot mysticism. All in all, I really enjoyed my time in Sintra, and I can't wait to return in the future. I'm so glad I didn't bail at the last minute just because of the holiday weekend. There's still so much I want to explore that I couldn't possibly do on one day. I highly recommend focusing on a maximum of 2 sites for a day trip, or make it a weekend getaway so you can further explore the town. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe for more travel content. I'm really trying to build up my online community here, so subscribe and join the family. My social media links, including my Instagram, are also in the description below. I'll be back soon with another vlog kicking off my week in my final region of Portugal, the Algarve. You're not going to want to miss it. Thank you again, and remember to wander far and wander often.